It's showtime.
Cripple the Choppa! Now our escape begins!
Hello there, and welcome to Arnold T101's very own series on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Now, this is a new YouTube channel dedicated to playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and perhaps other games over time will be added to this channel. However, I have been really into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes for quite a while now, since about early December, and I've been playing so long that I've decided to start making videos for this particular game. And today, to kind of get the ball rolling, I thought maybe we should start with the squad arena and just kind of see if I can make it to number one today. As of now, you can see that currently sitting at rank number 19. So the squad that I'm using right now actually does fairly well on a defensive standpoint, and I rarely ever see myself go into the deep 20s with this current lineup. So we're just gonna go through all my attempts today, kind of talk a little bit about where the meta is right now, what characters are pretty much the good ones to try out during this time in the game, and just kind of analyze what other people are using in the arena. Now, so let's go ahead and find a good target to start this off with. Let's see. Usually, when I'm looking for an enemy to attack here, I usually try to find someone that doesn't have any sort of dodge lead. However, as you probably know, that's kind of hard to find in this day and age. So when I'm looking, this Juanito over here, number 14 that we got, he looks like a pretty good target. No tanks there. Only true threats really are Qui-Gon Jinn. Is it even geared up? Let's see. Yeah, so not too crazy there. So we're probably going to take on him. And what I'm running right now, I've actually been running quite a few things in Arena. I try to diverge from what the meta pretty much is. However, with all those different squads that I've used, this is the one that's pretty much the safest bet for the time being for me. So we got Old Ben leading here. We got the old Jedi Knight there to help us out with the evasion and also giving us some turn meter boost here and there. We got a Rey that is maxed out, just recently maxed her out in terms of star count as well as her gear. So Dodge and Ray, that's pretty much all I see in this meta so far. So let's go ahead, dive into this, and see what we can do. All right. So since my Ray's maxed out, I usually always get the first turn, assuming that the enemy does not have a Jawa engineer and a bunch of droids, or Akbar leading a bunch of rebels. So I'm going to just go ahead. Let's just take out Qui-Gon Jinn so he doesn't mess up my tank groove. And look at that. We pretty much took out almost three-quarters of his protection and health combined. All right, Yoda goes for his attack. We got Qui-Gon going there. All right, let's see. So let's see. We pretty much, yeah, he really doesn't have anything too threatening to stop right now. So I'm just going to just keep tagging down Qui-Gon. We got the stun there. And I have Han right now. He's at gear level 9, and it is such a huge difference coming from gear level 8. So let's go ahead, taunt up. Everyone gets a turn meter boost, and then here comes Old Ben, and he's going to go ahead and put ability block in everyone. And turn meter down, as well as special damage. And here's the funny thing that I find with this whole evasion lead going on. People who avoid specials like this, where there's no physical attack, they still can get either a turn meter buff or either damage up buff there. So I'm not sure if that was intended by the developers, but it is quite annoying nonetheless. So here we go. Pretty much at this point, I could just technically auto this whole entire battle, but we're just going to go ahead and talk a little bit more. So yeah, so as I said, I was trying a bunch of different squads earlier on. I got a pretty good roster. Let you guys take a peek as I after I complete this battle. And yeah, so far we're getting dodges left and right on the other teams. Let's try to land a few. There we go. So for a while, it did kind of work on an offensive, but on defensive, people were just attacking me left and right, and it was just too much to handle. So what I was doing, I was actually using pretty much a full Empire squad. Lots of protection going on, and lots of decent synergy. However, the problem is that too slow, just way too slow, especially when you got Rays, Dooku's, Qui-Gons, these rebel teams. it just wasn't getting the deal done. It would work a lot of times, especially once you get Darth Vader's all of his debuffs down. I had old Ben just sitting in the background to add on top of those debuffs, and a lot of the times Darth Vader could get at least a one good one-shot kill on someone. But the problem is with these evasion leads, about even though it says 15% of the time, about I felt like at least 50% of the time he would go ahead and land his culling blade. So we're just gonna auto this because yeah, this is a little too easy. I'm surprised this guy's actually up here in the top 20 with this type of squad. But yeah, with that Empire squad that I was using for the longest time, I would make it up to maybe about 10. I would get lucky, sometimes make it up in the top 10, but with that squad, it wasn't working out too well. But then when I'd wake up the next day, I'd be in the 30s or even the 40s. So with this squad, it's been pretty stable. Nothing too crazy here, and it's been working. Although I'll absolutely hate this whole meta with the dodge left and right. If you don't have it, you look like an open target for anyone. So pretty much like this Alexander guy, he's got a Qui-Gon lead. I probably, depending on what the other ones look like, I'm probably going to attack him because no evasion. I know my attacks are going to hit most of the time. So we're going to take a look at that. Maybe the scoreboard might shift a little bit, but yeah, so pretty much other than Arena, eventually we're going to make some videos on the raid. We actually got one going on right now. Uh, Almost kind of wrapped up here, still sitting at number 2. And the raid is it's pretty interesting. It introduced a different type of game, and it also kind of made you realize that you need to expand your roster. It became one of those gotta collect them all type of deals. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that in another video on what's the best squad to use in phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 because almost each of them are pretty different from each other, and you need a different type of plan for all of them. 2 and 3 you can get away using the same squad, but phase 1 and phase 4 completely different. Completely different lineups that you're going to have and what you're going to be facing. But yeah, if you're in case you're curious, I will be posting this under my YouTube video. But I'm a part of a guild called the Den of Ren. Awesome people, probably some of the best gamers you can play out there. Pretty cool people. We got a Discord channel going on where we chat. It's awesome. We actually used to be part of Tiny Grimes, who's a pretty big YouTuber out there on this type of game, and we made a squad or not a squad, a guild called the Galaxy of Grimes, and it was great. The problem is we had to leave because the person who made the guild was based in Australia, and how this works in this game is that all the character refreshes, all the guild-based activities, they're set to the leader's time zone. So we had refreshes going on for people like 5 a.m. Central Time, and people that were up that early were sniping the top positions, and it didn't really bring about good vibes. So we pretty much brought all the same people into our new squad called the Den of Ren, and since then we haven't had any problems. And with these future updates, there's actually one coming up where when you start a raid, 24 hours from now, that's when the reset will happen versus a set time like it always has been. So with that, fixed a lot of our guild problems, and I don't suspect we shouldn't have too many major issues. We've been going at it for a while. We got a good squad going on. We've been bouncing between tier 5 and tier 6 raids. We're right now, yeah, we're doing a tier 6 at the moment. Tier 5s are too easy. We're burning through them. And then for some reason, there's this huge gap between tier 5 and tier 6. And we're just kind of stuck here it takes a little bit longer to get through tier 6, not too long. We've been at this raid for about 24 hours now. Raid's going to reset in about 5, so I figure probably if this we probably have one more refresh coming, and then we'll probably be able to knock this out. So, but yeah, we'll talk more about the raid in another video to come. But let me go ahead and show you what I got in my inventory. Let's see. So yeah, here are my characters. As you see, you'll probably see a ton of Empire people up at the top because I was really experimenting with this. I thought I could use the protection update to my advantage. So Magma Trooper, he has lots of protection. You can get him with the Gear 9. Problem is, his speed isn't that much of a problem because anytime he resists or takes on some sort of debuff, he gains turn meter, which makes him kind of a fast character. However, the problem is, yeah, as you can see, health is at 19,000, protection at 14,000, so kind of a lot. The problem is, where is it? Yeah, potency. It's just way too low at 7%. So the TM reduction from his thermal imploder, it just it doesn't cut it. Even though it looks great, you can let's see, remove 30% turn meter, and then another chance to remove another 30% turn meter. Seems all fantastic, but the problem is that it doesn't apply most of the time. I mean, when you apply it to a giant group of people, you might get lucky, you might knock one of them down, but especially with people being able to gear up their characters to higher and higher levels because they're able to either pre-craft or they're just very fortunate in the raid rewards, their tenacity is getting bumped up and bumped up, and 7%, it doesn't do it. As we saw with the last arena battle I just did, Old Ben, which I have at gear 10, he doesn't require anything special to get up there in terms of pre-crafted gear or in terms of gear that you got to really work hard for in raid. His potency is at 50%, and even that barely cuts it. Usually, I mean, a decent amount of times you'll land all three of his debuffs with the turn meter debuff, with the special damage debuff, and the ability block. So you get all three sometimes, which is awesome. But as we saw, Kylo Ren from that last battle, he resisted all three of those effects. So then he got, because he was under Dooku's lead, he went ahead and got that damage buffs, which you don't really like in this time. So yeah, Magma Trooper, although great in theory, his potency is too low. And honestly, that guy just needs a potency buff, and I think he'd be pretty useful. I mean, the only useful Empire agent that we have here that I actually use is Royal Guard, and pretty much, geez, at least 90% of squads nowadays have him. Unfortunately, I do not have him geared up to 9, but he's still very viable at at gear 8. He still has decent amount of protection. Potency's at 70%, so he lands that stun pretty often, which is great. Yeah, but yeah, just not that much protection and health as his gear 9 version, which is absolutely bonkers. So I'm still debating once I get a droid collar because that's the main problem. I'm missing a droid collar, and the other problem is that uh, almost half of my characters I actually use, they need a droid collar. So hoping to finally get those. I think I've been playing raids since they first came out in like April, was it? I'm only at 31 out of 50 in terms of the salvage parts. So I got a big decision coming. I got Qui-Gon Jinn. He's a candidate for the droid collar. Um, Royal Guard. He's got one. For a while, I thought maybe I'd toss it on Vader, but at 5 stars, I don't think he's that big of a threat. I mean, he's very viable in arena at 5 stars, but I don't think he's quite there yet where he can compete with like Ray and all these other crazy characters. So I'm pretty sure maybe in the future we might get there. Yeah, I'm at 45 out of 85 shards, so maybe once I get him to 6, then we'll consider putting a droid collar on him. So let's see. And Stormtrooper, that was another person I was using for a while. Uh, Again, great in theory. He gains, what was it? Yeah, he gets 13% defense for each living Empire ally. So ton of extra defense. However, his defense is so low, and for a tank, he really doesn't have that much protection. And this is at gear 9. So at gear 9, he really doesn't have that much protection, not that much health. Kind of on the slow end, 113, doesn't get no speed buffs like what Magma Trooper gets, or not even like what Royal Guard gets when someone gets damaged. Royal Guard gets a turn meter bonus to kind of help out really fast. Doesn't get anything like that. So the only thing that's pretty surprising with Stormtrooper is that once in a while, when using his basic attack, he can like hit up to 8,000, which is crazy. But then you get those battles where he's going ahead and hitting, gee, like 1,500. So a really big range there, as it kind of says. It's got a high damage variance, so it says it right there. But more often than not, he's usually hitting like about 2,500 to sometimes to like 7, 8,000, which is pretty nuts. But let's see what else we got here. But yeah, we got a decent inventory here. I'm not what you would call a whale per se. Um, Funny story, when I first played this game, after about a month or two, I was completely addicted to it, so I started spending money, and I bought chromium packs. And the chromium packs are cool and all, but the problem is you're unlocking all these characters. What you see here, I got a lot of level 1 characters at like minimum stars essentially, and you need to invest a lot of money to get these guys up. And I'm not that dedicated to the game. So since my my gambling problem, I guess I don't know if that's what you would call this, I pretty much only once in a while I'll spend money on the booster packs. Like maybe once a month I'll do $10 and get the 100 crystals a day. But I try to stay away from the big spending because it's a lot of money. I love this game, but it's not a child. I can't afford to put to keep up with that. So let's check arena, and we are ready for the next battle here. All right, cool. So let's see. We got Dooku. Where's that Qui-Gon individual? Dooku. Ah, there we go. So let's see. We can go for Alexander. Let's see. Number 10 has a Ray. Usually I will try to stay away from someone who has Ray if they are at gear 9, which this one is. This one's at gear 9. My Ray is going to be faster because I think she's at 164 for speed. I'll double check in a second. So we're probably going to go after number 10 just so I can break that new reward barrier. Let's see, and let's double check there. It's actually quite interesting. They're using Luke. I haven't seen too many Lukes up here in the top 20. Let's see, double check their Royal Guard. It's at gear 8, so I think we'll go ahead of that. And yeah, here's my Ray. It took me a long time to get her to 7 stars. It took me a long time to get her to gear 10, but it is so worth it. If you don't have Ray, that is someone you'll need. She was pretty good before the meta. She's really good now, and especially with all this protection, um, yeah, she really churns through that. As we saw with Qui-Gon from the last battle, Qui-Gon was at full health and protection, and she nearly knocked him down to 50% health. But yeah, see, yeah, 164, yeah, so she's pretty fast. So let's go ahead and get into this before someone starts the battle on me. All right, cool. So when you're fighting a squad with Ray, the first thing you got to do is get her out. If you don't get Ray out, even a gear, like a gear 8 or a gear 9 Ray, she can cause terror. So let's go ahead and and there we go with the dodge. So luckily the AI is not the smartest and went for my Ray with the foresight on. So let's keep going at her. There we go. Oh, dodged again. All right, let's get some taunting in there from Han. Ability block. All right, cool. All right, who evaded that? Yeah, we got Luminara. That's not a big deal. Let's keep going for Ray. There we go. Stunned Ray, so she can't cause too many problems. Not gonna go for the crazy 3 punch from Ray. So let's hold that for a second. Let's start attacking someone else. Let's see. Let's attack Dooku. Yeah, because he's gonna give me a lot of turn meter from attacking Han. Yeah, there we go. So everyone's gonna keep getting turn meter. Han's Count Dooku's not even that strong right now. He's got my special damage on him. Let's see, can we stun him? Nah, no stun, but that's fine. Yep, there we go. We got a dodge on him. Another dodge. So this dodge is so funny. Maybe in future videos I might put like a little counter up on the right and see how many dodges each team gets when it's like a Ben versus Dooku or Dooku versus Dooku. So it's kind of it'd be kind of nice to see how many dodges each team gets. All right, here we go. Now let's go ahead with the 3 punch. Boom, boom, boom. All right, she's out. All right, cool. So now that Ray's out, honestly, you could just go ahead and auto the whole battle. But again, we'll just go ahead, take our time, kind of think through these steps logically. Let's keep going. All right. All right. Royal Guard got his taunt up. Not a big deal. My Royal Guard got his taunt up. Let's just go ahead and keep going. All right. Yeah, Ray's just, gee, she's absolutely crazy. It's funny because with this update, they were saying how faster characters will technically be weaker and slower characters will technically be stronger. However, I really don't see that being the case. Ray is incredibly fast and she's still incredibly strong. Yeah, if you don't like with my Empire squad that I was running for a while, we had no Ray on there, and it was like the damage output was very slow. The DPS wasn't up there, so it took quite a long time to kill someone. Versus Ray, she really speeds up the whole process. So let's go ahead and just let's knock Luke in the head a little bit. All right, get Royal Guard out. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and auto it from here. Let's let the computer take it away. Yep, there we go. Luke has gone a nice big hit. Yeah, I'm starting my trip up arena quite late today. Usually if I'm at rank 19, I usually start at maybe 40 minutes before because I don't have that much traveling to do. But yeah, today we kind of started late. Was a little bit busy, so I think we still have a decent shot. We got about 22 more minutes before payday comes around. So all right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead. take a little break here. I'll come back in 6 minutes, and we will see how the next few battle goes. I see we have the Jawa engineer against Jedi with the Jedi Smite. Those are pretty tricky squads. I have seen some where they have General Grievous instead of Royal Guard, and those squads can be just crazy, especially if Jawa engineer. All those droids get to go first. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna give it a shot probably, and we'll see if we have any luck and get past that. All right, we are back. So yeah, as I said, I want to go for number six because it's a very interesting squad, and I can see this being the future for future squads here. They're very once with the Java engineer, the droids become very fast. They get their powerful attacks off very quickly. It's usually a hit or miss for me. If they can knock out my Ray in the first turn, it's usually game over. If they if Ray dodges or if they just decide to shoot old Ben for some reason. He's like a brick wall, takes a while to knock him down. Then usually it works out in my favor. So we're going to go ahead, give it a shot. I find this to be one of the interesting squads, and I definitely like when there's a different squad compared to everyone else in the arena that actually works. So as I said, I did Empire Squad, which is super cool, super interesting, but it's not the best squad to use right now. So let's go ahead and get this going, and let's see if luck is on my side. So Jow Engineer, he's going to give everyone a speed up. IG86 up. Ah, see, there we got the dodge. So probably what we want to do, I probably want to get Jawa Engineer out of here so he stops helping out all these droids. Let's see. All right. Okay, we got a couple dodges. So far, luck is working on my side. Excellent. We got Jawa Engineer stunned. So let's go ahead and stun IG86 before he gets his good attack off. There we go. So far, things are working in my favor. Let's taunt up here. All right, mind trick, and I'm feeling pretty good right now. No one dodged that, it looked like. Let's just get Jawa Engineer out. I'm gonna use the three hitter. Ba, ba, bam. And there we go. It's kind of weird how Royal Guard will taunt, even though um, Ray knocked him out in kind of one quick blow there, unless it counts, because Ray does multiple hits. Unless somehow it counts like the second hit as, putting the character in yellow, which then goes ahead and taunts him up. Not sure what's going on there behind the calculations, but let's go ahead, just wrap this up. I feel pretty good now that Engineer's out of here. Let's go ahead and get 86 out because he still has a special to go through. Let's see, all right, cool, not in the yellow yet. All right, so let's go ahead and get the double team. Boom, perfect. Oh yeah, we're in pretty good shape now. So let's keep going. And I don't know if I want to quite auto yet. I feel like that for some reason the AI could mess up and let 86 go on a killing spree, but yeah, it looks like yeah, Royal Guard's slowly dwindling down. We should be in good shape. So, what characters do you need for this meta that we're in? Like, what do you want to be successful here? There's a couple things. As I said earlier, Rey is just, I feel like she's an absolute must. She's pretty good for everything. She's good for when you're in arena, excellent for Galactic War. She can one hit so many characters out there, it's not even funny. Raid, I use her for pretty much everything in Raid, especially once you get to phase 2 and 3. You just want to get as much damage out as possible, and she's awesome for that. And yeah, let's go ahead and auto this. Um, if you can, like this droid squad, you could make it work, but I see it work better with General Grievous by its side. General Grievous has that attack on everyone, which is pretty powerful. Royal Guard, I feel like it kind of breaks the good synergy that's going on in this squad. But let's see. If you want to stick to the meta, I would say Old Ben's probably the better option over Dooku. Um, Old Ben, yeah, turn meter manipulation is so good. When you see Ray get a 30% turn meter buff, it's such a good sight to see. And then plus when paired of Han Solo, Stormtrooper Han, it goes ahead and you get even more, turn meter buffs. So that's kind of how my squad is focused. We're really centered around turn meter manipulation. And so it's Han Solo, he's another great one. However, if he's at 8, I don't think he's the greatest because I've seen Ray one shot my Stormtrooper Han when he was at gear 8, and I kind of put Stormtrooper Han on the side, waited till I got Stormtrooper Han to gear 9, finally got the right rewards to get him up, and then he is so much better at gear 9. He's almost at gear 10. Kind of looking forward to getting him there because I see there is one person on my server that has him. I think this Bubba Flubba, he has him. Let's see. He's one of the bigger spending individuals here, and he has a lot of great characters that I borrow from when I do the challenges or the dark side or light side missions. But yeah, so Stormtrooper Han has 16,000 health, 18,000 protection. So that means he's going to take a lot of hits, which in turn give a lot of turn meter manipulation to your team. So he's pretty good at Gear 10 and Gear 9 as well. Um, we only have about 10 minutes here before rewards are dispersed. So I'm going to go ahead, spend the 50 crystals to see if I can get up to 2. Because if you know if you think you have a good shot on moving on to the next reward level, it might be worth spending the 50 crystals to either speed up your refresh or to get 5 more attacks out there. Because yeah, if you can, yeah, even if you know you can move from one reward to another, that 50 crystals easily gets compensated with the better rewards that you get paid off. All right, they have a Ray that's at gear 10 as well, same speed. So it becomes a coin toss. Usually, whoever gets their Ray off first, they usually win for the most part. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Let's spend the 50 crystals. I've been bulking up on crystals for a while now, and I'm having a hard time to figure out what to spend it on. I've been spending it on Leia shards for a while. I got her to level 5 stars, and then I got her to 40 some shards, and then I find out like a day later that she's gonna be free to play. And look at that! Wow. All right, luck was on my side. Luck is on my side today, gotta say. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of old Daka. Not gonna waste Ray's first move on the other Ray because it's just gonna miss. Excellent. Oh, Qui-Gon got stunned. Yeah, on my squad, because I kind of evaluate my squad, see who should get the boot. I really wish I can get Qui-Gon off of here because he's the weakest link right now. He's only at gear 8, and he isn't all that special. I mean, he does work, but oh geez, that's gonna hurt us. Ray just ooh yoy 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 yoy. Oh boy, the tables turned very quickly here. So as you see, Han almost had full protection health, and Ray nearly just took it all away. So that is not good. So hopefully we can make up for that. My Ray missed, which also caused the problem. Let's see. I'm just gonna keep knocking her. All right, let's. I'm gonna stop Daka before she stuns my team to death. Yeah, Daka. Um, I actually do not have Daka. I thought for the longest time I should have her, but I feel like I can get away without her. She's more of an annoyance, especially. She just stuns, 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 and she's a troll when it comes to reviving other people's characters. But I don't think she's necessary. She's just a great troll factor. Like some people when they see it, they kind of roll their eyes, thinking, "Oh boy, don't want to attack that." So I don't think she's that important. She's kind of the weekend. Oops. All right, cool. We're fine. We're good. All right, let's see. Let's just keep. Yeah, I don't want to hit Ray or Daka yet. Now I do. All right, let's get a. There we go. Ray's out. Oh, geez. And all right, let's just keep hitting her. There we go. All right. Yeah. Yes, that's the trolliness I'm talking about. Ray got revived because of Daka. We're gonna try to prevent that. Yeah, hopefully now, yeah, because Daka's going to go around and use her special, and now she's not. We got that taken care of. Let's go ahead and remove her. Excellent. All right, let's see. Let's go for. Don't want to go. Do I want to go for Dooku or let's go for? Let's just go for Han. I'm gonna wait till Ray gets a couple hits on Dooku because. Uh, eek. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's keep stunning Han. I don't want him to. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't want him to taunt up. He's gonna taunt up in a little bit. And my Qui-Gon's just gone, so that wouldn't work out too well. Dodge, shoot. All right. I don't think that's going to be game-changing right there. Let's see. All right, I'm not going to hit him. All right, dodge because of foresight. This should get rid of him. There we go. Beautiful. All right, that's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and ability block him. But yeah, so everyone's got a dodge lead nowadays, but I feel like Ben is honestly the best option. I feel like people who have Dooku, they probably are only using it because no one suspected Ben to become, no, I don't think even anyone expected Dooku to become meta defining. But yeah, with Ben, he has that ability block and then the turn meter bonus to everyone. With the special damage, it doesn't scare me too much. I mean, it's there, but it's not gonna. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and speed this up. We'll try to get one more battle in before time's up. But yeah, if you can, I don't know how much longer this meta is going to be around, but I honestly feel like if it's going to be around for another month or two, you might want to try to get Old Ben. If you want to try to stick to the meta and kind of do what I'm doing, you got your Ray, Stormtrooper, your double tanking right here, and Qui-Gon Jinn. I feel like you can replace him. I was considering putting Princess Leia in once her shards become available in the squad arena. I feel like I might try to farm her up and make her replace Qui-Gon Jinn because I have her at Gear 9 right now. I had a furnace to spare. All right, let's go for number one. All right, let's go ahead and pay that. And at least this will secure my second place position at least. So I'm not going to go any lower than second place. We only have 4 minutes left on the timer. And yeah, this battle is at least 5 minutes long. So we should be in good shape. I get to go first, which is awesome. Her Ray doesn't. There we go. Her Ray's not the brightest and goes for my Ray, which had foresight. All right, let's go for Qui-Gon. Let's see. Now it comes down to who Stormtrooper gets to go first. I'm just going to stun theirs just to be safe. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, and mine went first anyways, because I got that speed down. So let's go ahead and turn this in our favor. All right. I don't. Do I want to go for the 3-2-1 on the other Ray? I don't think it's gonna knock him down all the way. Let's just go for it. It did. This is what I'm talking about. Ray is just, she's absolutely crazy. Oh, and we missed the we didn't get to take off Royal Guard's taunt, which is okay. So that's another reason why I don't really care for Qui-Gon Jinn because a lot of times he misses that when I only have him here mainly for taking away the taunt, and a lot of times he chokes and just completely misses. But so I feel like you might be able to live without him if you have Ray, because yeah, Ray, she's turning out all the damage, and you can probably knock down Royal Guard because you can tell this Royal Guard's gear, at least for sure gear 9. I can't tell if it's any higher than that. It's got a lot of protection, but you can easily, yeah, churn through all his protection with Ray, assuming that she made it through the coin flip at the beginning against the other Ray. Yeah, slowly, we're almost there. Come on. All right, come on. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. Yes, I feel like this battle. Yeah, this battle is definitely going to work in our favor here. There we go. Now, biggest threat we have is Qui-Gon and Stormtrooper. And shoot, I was hoping I could use that my Qui-Gon to get rid of this debuff, not debuff, the taunt. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to auto it just to get so we can get past Stormtrooper Han. And then once Stormtrooper Han's down, we'll go ahead and take control again and try to wind down the clock. But yeah, so pretty much, yeah, I would if you can for the time being, definitely try to get Ray. No, she's a bit of a grind, and but the long-term payoffs are just absolutely high. So definitely try to get her as soon as possible. I don't think they're going to nerf her really. I mean, I would hope not. She's kind of the free-to-play player's angel. She's kind of like what the pay-to-play player had for Leia, where they're just absolutely amazing. And if you nerfed her to the ground, I don't think that would make a lot of people happy. A lot of people have her at 7 stars, as we kind of saw when I was moving up the ranks here, that almost everyone had a Ray. So that would be kind of cruddy if they did so. I mean, it wouldn't be totally uncalled for because she is absolutely crazy. As you saw, we're getting a lot of damage out on these people. But I don't think if there was a patch coming up soon for her, I don't think it's going to come anytime soon. If anything, if there is going to be a patch, it might be something that is more towards the whole evasion situation. So now we're just going to go ahead, just let the clock wind down. We have actually, we only have 30 seconds before payday, so let's go ahead and just wrap this up. And there we go, game over. So there you have it. We made it to number one. We'll stick around for another 15 seconds or so to see if, just to make sure no one sniped me last second. I will say though, this update has it definitely changed the game a lot with protection added. However, I feel like I do like it in some aspects. Like for example, before the update, everything was speed, 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 and I had my Qui-Gon Jinn lead, all my Jedi's, and some I can't remember what else. I had another random character in there, and it was super fast. But the problem is, if your battle ends, let's say a minute and a half before payday, you can easily get sniped. Like someone could just take you down really quick with either a droid team or their Jedi team, and it could be irritating at times. With this, I feel like if you end like maybe 3 to 2 minutes before payday, it's really hard to snipe someone, especially if old Ben, where he's got almost 40,000 in health points and protection. So it's going to take a while. Then you got to go ahead and get rid of Hans, 30,000 in health and protection. Then you got to go ahead and get rid of um, Royal Guards, 30,000 health and protection. So there's a lot of damage to chew through, and it really winds down the clock. That is one thing I do not care for, which is the whole fact that battles could last so long depending on who's evading more. If the enemy's evading, you'll be sitting there till like the last minute just autoing through, hoping you can finish before the clock winds out. But let's go ahead. It looks like we got a couple messages. And there you have it, folks. Ranked number one. And it is good to have those prizes there. It took me a while to bounce back up. As I said, I was always at least making number one before this big update, at least, top three. And then once the update rolled through, I was usually in the top 15. I would rarely ever push beyond top eight. And it took a while. It takes a lot of adapting. And even though you want to be cool and use a special type of squad, you just got to bite the bullet sometimes and just kind of fit what the meta is asking for. And that's what I have right now. It does great on offense, and on defense, people are trying to stay away from you because they see you have Ray, you got a Stormtrooper Han, and a Ben. They know the battle's going to be long and painful, so they try to avoid you. So let's go ahead and claim these rewards. But yeah, if you like this channel, go ahead and subscribe, like, leave a comment down below if you want me to talk about something in the next channel, or I'm sorry, in the next video. I'd be more than happy to talk about it. So give me your ideas, and I'll see you in the next episode of Arnold T101 Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes series.